Sir? Bhagyamurthy. And my intellectual forum members, Chamakura Raju Venu, and our beloved caste association, All India BC Federation, Mr. Surya Rao garu, and my dear students. In fact, it gives me immense pleasure in speaking on caste census and its roadmap in this August gathering. All of you know that this caste census has become a national agenda during recent held Lok Sabha elections. Rahul Gandhi has spoken at length at every meeting about this caste census and removal of caste, social justice and enhancement of reservations, etc., etc. So now it has become a very burning and pertinent issue in this country. The demand for caste enumeration is not new one. In fact, during the British Raj, from 1881 to 1931, every 10 years, decadal caste census was held, and during that period, they enumerated all the castes in this country. So this part of Hyderabad, actually, it is in the Nizam state. Even in the Nizam state also, they enumerated all the castes, and they divided this area into three parts. One is the Hyderabad region, second is Marathwada, and third is Karnataka region. So in three regions they have calculated and they have given the figure. 1931 we have about 1 crore 10 lakh population in the Nizam state. So this was the figure at that time in 1931. So but after independence, when census was about to be held in 1951, file was circulated to Jawaharlal Nehru, and he said he doesn't want any enumeration of the caste in this country. But for SC, ST, there are some constitutional safeguards are there. So for them, it needs to be enumerated. Because in the Article 332, SCs and STs have been given proportional representation in legislative bodies. So they need number. So for that, he has agreed. But whereas in respect of OBCs, he has not agreed. So since from 1951 onwards, enumeration of the castes of OBCs and other castes have been totally ignored, and nobody has taken up this cause at all. So even the first BC Commission, Kaka Kalekar Commission in 1953 and Mandal Commission in 1978 also, they also recommended caste census to be held in this country and know the exact socio-political developments of these OBCs. And even courts also, in many judgments, they have quoted, they have said that caste census should be held in this country to know the exact number of this OBC population and also their socio-economic conditions. In spite of all this, no political party has evinced any interest in conducting caste census. In 2010, the present ruling party BJP, when it was in opposition, they raised this issue in parliament, and they asked the then ruling party Congress to conduct caste census in 2011 census. And the parliament also passed a resolution unanimously in 2010 to conduct caste census in 2011. And even the then social justice minister Veerappa Moily also stated that they are going to conduct caste census in 2011 census. But the very next day, Mr. Chidambaram, the then home minister, he stated in the Rajya Sabha that they are not going to conduct caste census, they were going to conduct only socio-economic caste census. That's different from the census. So they have conducted socio-economic caste census, but they have not released that figures so far. In 2018 also, BJP government, the then Home Minister Rajnath Singh also said on August 31st in Lok Sabha that caste census, they are going to conduct caste census in 2021 census. But whereas in Supreme Court in 2021, in respect of Maharashtra versus Union of India case, with regard to disclosure of the information of socio-economic caste census, they filed an affidavit stating that they are not going to conduct caste census in 2021 census, and also they are not interested also, and they stated that it is not feasible. So even now also they are telling that if we have to conduct the caste census, it is going to divide this country, and they are propagating all false constructs in the entire country. So I too wrote several articles on this caste census, dismantling their myths. Their first myth is that it is not feasible in India. So they are circulating that caste census is not feasible because in India we have so many castes, and one state, one caste may be BC, in another state that caste may be OC, or that caste may be SC, ST. So in that case also we have said that if you take one particularly Mahendra community in Telangana, so Mahendra community in Telangana, it is a BC community. If you go to Karnataka, it is a ST. If you go to Maharashtra, it is a SC. So you are treating this community in Karnataka as ST and in Maharashtra as SC. Are you not stopping? Are you stopping conducting of the Mahendra caste census? Similarly, there are many castes are there. Washerman community in our state, it is a BC. If you go to North India, in 6 to 8 states, they are SCs. So they are conducting their, treating them as SCs only. So hence your argument is not correct. Similarly, they are telling that in India we have so many number of castes and so many things they are raising. We tell that almost every state is almost all having one BC community, a BC communities list. So you can take that list and also you can enumerate. Today in India, every state is authorized to maintain its own BC caste list under Article 324A3. Article 324A3 was actually it was brought into Constitution by the 102nd Amendment. So now every state has got its own BC, OBC list. Even center can maintain their own list under Article 324A1. So when Constitution is giving power, center to maintain their own list and states to maintain their own list, already states have enumerated and they have their own BC caste, then what is the problem in enumerating the caste in this country? So only thing is that is there in their mindset. They also say that by conducting caste, demand for reservations will go up. We are not asking actually for reservations, we are asking population first. Actually, by enumerating caste, you can also cut down the false demands from other communities. In India nowadays, you can see that Marathas demanding, Jats demanding, so many communities are demanding. By conducting caste census, you can effectively encounter their claims for inclusion in OBC. That also they are forgetting. And similarly, in the caste census, they claim that caste is divisive. And then you are collecting information on religion, you are collecting information on region, you are collecting information on language. Is it not divisive, collecting information on religion? Then why collecting information only on caste is divisive? And if you see, even in the developed countries, in US also, in their census also they collect information on the Negroes, Black Indians and others. It's not India alone they are doing this favor. So even in America also they will collect information. So this is all false narrations they have created and circulating in the community. So we have already written several articles condemning this kind of false narratives. And in Telangana somehow they have conducted caste census. So here we have some experiences. When compared with Bihar and yes, stated that Bihar and Telangana and how to scale it up to entire India. So in Bihar they conducted only on 17 items. In Telangana we have conducted on 58 parameters and 17 sub-parameters. Total 75 parameters Telangana we have collected information. So we have certain experiences in Telangana. First of all, by collecting individual properties information, people are definitely going to entertain certain apprehensions. Why government is collecting? Tomorrow I may not get some benefits from the government, so they don't want to disclose the information. And even political parties, they will try to politicize it. Here, that happened also in Telangana. So all political parties have said that why should I give information? Why you need that information? In fact, government should not go into that many details. But whereas government thought that by collecting this information, we can serve better the poor people, because we can identify actually who are the poor and how best we can implement the schemes for them. But it has taken a different turn. So all political parties except the ruling party, they have questioned the collection of this property information, individual property. Second thing also, they stated that why you require 75 columns. So actually in Telangana we wanted to collect information on political backwardness also, because courts have asked your BCs means they are not socially and educationally backward classes. What Constitution says, BCs means under Article 15(4), socially and educationally backward classes. But whereas under Article 243D, which empowers 243D6 and T6, which empowers the local reservations in local bodies, particularly in panchayat and municipalities, which says that BC means they have not mentioned as socially economically. They said that state can enact reservation for BCs in local bodies. So which BCs? Question is arising, whether they are socially educational or politically backward. So courts have interpreted that it should be politically backward BCs. Then we have to establish in this survey that these people are politically backward BCs. For that, they have added certain columns. So here also people have questioned this. So government has failed to clarify that issue to the public. And second thing is that government they have simply conducted this survey, but they have not taken that much serious. If you take Gujarat, it has been done at the interest of the CM. So he reviewed personally about 27 times about this caste census. In Telangana state, not a single time it was reviewed by the highest executive of the state. So that makes a lot of difference. Similarly, in the initial days there was no publicity for this caste census. So then what we thought that better to involve caste association in the survey. So I have collected information of the caste associations, nearly about 800 associations in the state. District wise, which fellow is the leader of the which community. And I gave this information to the this Congress party IT in charge fellow and asked them to make a phone call to all these people. So they did phone calls to these 800 people and they talked to them. With their active involvement, at least in the rural area, we can see that 90% survey has been completed. So otherwise it too would not have been done. I have collected this information from the backward class department, this 800 leaders information, and we have given to them. After the so in urban area we saw that some people have actually not cooperated, and dogs were thrown at these surveyors, enumerators, and lot many issues have come to the light in the urban area. But whereas rural area somehow it has gone smoothly because of the involvement of these associations. So if you want to conduct caste census, we should also involve the caste association or civic societies. Otherwise it would not have been possible in Telangana state also. So third is that in Telangana, after publication of the report, we have seen a decrease of OBC population and increase of forward caste population. So that also we analyzed. There are many reasons. I will tell you, in respect of OBC population, there was a decrease of about 21.50 lakh population. Actually, we are having 1,85 lakh population in 2014 socio-economic survey. So in 2014, the then BRS government, they conducted the socio-economic caste survey. So that information were already available. What mistake they did that they did not publish it. Because of that, it has not been official information. It has, but whereas we have that entire information, each caste-wise population, everything. So after that 1,85 lakh, we have also analyzed. Some people say that because 23 caste deleted, that population decreased. Actually, 23 caste population, as per I for 2014 census it is only 1,73,000. We have deleted that, and after deletion only it is 1.86 crore population. So that is there on record. We will give that information to anybody. If they want the caste-wise information, we can give it. Okay, one thing. And second is that after 186, now it has come down by 21.50 lakh. So reasons for that, because there is a lot of migration in the BC/SC communities. So in 2014, people have come from all the way from Surat, Bhiwandi, Aurangabad, Mumbai, and so many other places. Some people even they have come from the Gulf also. So there was a 100% participation by the public at that time. This time that kind of atmosphere was not generated. So hence people did not participate voluntarily and interestedly. So that is one reason. Second is that why OC population has gone up. So it is that because that time census for the survey was conducted in one day. So there was no chance for the double entries. But whereas this time we have conducted for about 20-30 days, some OC people, they will have houses in the rural area, at the district headquarters, at the state headquarters. So what happened? There was a chance for double enrollment for this OC people. So that's the reason OC people population might have gone up. That is only my assumption, it might not be correct. But there is a chance for them to do this. And even in the data entry also, always problems occur in the data entry. Some political parties have given a call that whenever the caste column they ask, you said that Rama is my caste or my Hindutva is my caste. So some people have written that Jai Sri Ram. Because of that, so actual caste is not known to anybody. So they in the data entry they did, they kept it in OC. So like that, there are so many reasons. And even some government has not published the other religious information also, Christians, Sikhs, Jains, etc. In 2014 information we have that. So whether they are included in the OBC, the converted Christian, or they are in the OC also, we do not know. So there are certain fundamental defects in the report, so which has given lot of apprehensions to the public. So the very first day when government released that information on February 2nd, I saw that there is something fishy in that report. So very next day I gave the report to all our people, and Malana also, I gave it to Malana also. He blasted in his daily news this thing in his website. So like that, so there are several errors are there. Then we have represented to the government. These are the errors. And even if you see the population of Telangana, as per this latest survey report, it is only 3.52. And they are telling that only 3.1% households are left out. So even 3.1% households, if we include also, it won't count cross 3.704. As per 2014 survey only, it is 3.66. That means during the last 10 years, only 4 lakh population increased. That whereas for OC population, it increases from 10.65 to 18 lakhs. See, for one community, it increases 8 lakhs, and whereas entire Telangana population increases 4 lakhs, and BC population increases decreases by 21.50 lakhs. So seems to be not correct, and we give this tabular information to the government, and they also seen it, and they discussed it, and they agreed for the conducting again survey for the left out houses only. And also they said that those who have not enrolled, those who do not have houses, actually BC community people, most of these people they stay in the rented houses. So these enumerators, they did not collect information from the rented houses at all, because owners did not allow it. So that also happened. So many gated communities also in Hyderabad did not allow it. So whenever we have to do this kind of massive exercise, there needs involvement of everybody from top executive to below. So if you just leave it to somebody to collect, and if you depend on their reports, all this kind of reports only will come. So then again government has taken it up, and now that left out houses, they are conducting again enumeration, and let us see what kind of report it is going to deliver. So the experiences shows that the government, if it's not involved, definitely this kind of आपको पूरी information will come to us. So now, if this examples needs to be actually documented, and process also needs to be documented. I have already told the process that since people are not showing any interest, we have collected the information of the caste association and we have talked to them and we have made them to involve in the caste. So we have to document the process of Telangana this experiment, and we can make it a nationwide document also this. Similarly, the defects what we have noticed in survey as well as in the reports, that also can be documented and also it can be published and that can be used in the national level caste census. So caste census as such definitely it is going to change the fate of the OBCs in this country. Just because of Mandal Commission report only in this country, in 3-4 states in northern India, OBCs have come to the power because it created such a kind of atmosphere. When OCs have vociferously opposed reservation for OBCs in government jobs, that made the OBCs to unite and fight for their political power. So because of that, you can see in the Bihar, UP, OBC governments have come to power. In North India, Madhya Pradesh and other places also, OBCs have now a big force in the country. So if once this caste census report also come published and it's conducted and published, definitely OBCs are going to see what kind of injustice are done to them and why they are backward and what needs to be done for them. Definitely they will demand for their rightful share in the country. Today you see reservations. Every community is having reservation. In this country, no community is left out from the reservations. SCs, as per their population, in proportion to their population, they are having reservations. That is 15% in the central government, whereas 18%, it was 15% in the state also. STs, 10%. EWS, OCs, they are not more than 12% in this country, and 10% reservation they are having. If you come to OBCs, it will be definitely 60% as of now, because when Mandal enumerated basing on 1931 population, it was only 52%. But after Mandal Commission, several castes were included in the OBC list. Definitely, the percentage will go up. So it will be 60%. Then why 60% people shall be given 27% reservation in the sector? Even the 27% is also not implemented in right spirit, true spirit. If you see the central list, there are about 40 lakh jobs are there in the central government. 31 lakhs have been filled up. Even this filled up posts, in category A post, category A and B posts of the government of India, OBC percentage just 13 to 14% only. If you come to C category, D category, it is 23%. Even the 27% mandated reservation is also not achieved so far. So that is the issue. Even when that kind of issue is in there, again they have created one more layer of creamy layer. They are not allowing OBCs to access these jobs also. So these kind of injustices are being done in this country to the OBCs. OBCs have been lost several lakhs of jobs from 1947 to till date. So OBCs, once they realize, definitely they will fight for the caste census, and also they will fight for their rightful share in this country's wealth. Even if you take country's wealth also, in the land, how much percentage OBCs are having. Even in the business, industry, trade also, they will question it. If you take now, as per the Hurun India report 2024, there are about 185 billionaires in this country. Out of this 185, 18 people are in Hyderabad. So out of 18 people, 18 are OC people, not a single BC. And OBC percentage is decreasing from 2014 to 24. In 2014, it was about 19% OBC percentage in billionaires. But today it is only 9%. That is the declining percentage of the OBCs in the wealth also. So because government is giving so much of soaps and benefits to the upper caste industrialists. If you see, I will quote always one example. You take Reliance Geo, Anil Ambani is there. So Government of India during the last 10 years, they have waived off about 16 lakh crores to the industrialist. 16 lakh crores. And this Reliance Jio fellow, Anil Ambani, he took about 48,000 crores loan from 30 banks, and he was given waiver of 37,550 crores. He paid only 450 crores. And he was given 37,550. Whose money it is? So when a common man goes to the bank, banks will never wholeheartedly lend a single pie to this fellow. They waived up about 37,550 crores to one single guy. So because they are all upper caste fellows, and all these, if you take up this 16 lakh crores loan waiver also, 90% definitely they are only OC people only. There won't be any OBC. So these kind of injustices are being done every day, day in and day out in this country. So for OBCs, there is only one way. They must fight for the caste census, and they must fight for all their rights, particularly in the wealth sector. So unless you get your rightful share in the wealth of this country, you can't live a dignified life in this country. So the equality that is enshrined in the Constitution, it is never going to be realized. Though whatever you speak, the social justice, social